Good afternoon, good day to you wherever you are hearing me. In this very short video, I want to quickly identify the variables that are used in educational research, or majorly variables that we usually consider in educational research. The first variable is the independent variable. That's the variable that is manipulated or categorized to observe its effects. For example, we can have the teaching method. The teaching method, we can have the traditional method of teaching and all other approaches of learning, as it were. These are examples of independent variables. They do not depend on anything in the variable that we are interested in, as it were. The next variable is the dependent variable. This can be also called the outcome or response that is measured. For instance, if students are being taught with a particular strategy, the strategy is independent, but their achievement is dependent on that strategy. Their interest, their attitude is dependent on that particular strategy, as it were. The next type of variable is what we call the control variables. These are variables that are in constants, and they are to prevent them from influencing the result. For example, classroom setting and teacher. For instance, if we are carrying out a strategy and a PhD holder in science education is implementing a particular teaching strategy, and another NCE holder is implementing the same strategy elsewhere, you will observe that the NCE holder may not be able to implement it well. So it is good to ensure that both teachers have the same qualification. Control variables. We also have the moderator variables. This is mostly used in the experimental research. That means the teaching strategy alone does not determine the learning outcome. There are some things that interact with the teaching strategy. For instance, if the teaching strategy is dancing among preschoolers, and there is a particular gender that loves dancing, so it is a possibility that that gender will actually learn the dance faster than the other gender that is not. So moderator variable usually affect the strength or direction of the relationship between dependent and independent variable. They are not allowing the relationship to go as it may want to go ordinarily. We have the mediator variable. This is a variable that actually explains the process through which the independent variable affects the dependent variable. A typical example is the motivation as a mediator between teaching method and performance. It explains how it is working through the dependent variable. We also have the extraneous variable, that is uncontrolled variable. These are variables that may affect the outcome unintentionally. Example is student home environment and prior knowledge. In most of the experimental studies that is carried out in education, we have the independent variable, we have the dependent variable, and most of the time we have the moderator variable, which is usually used to see other things that could affect the effect of the interaction, the effect of the independent on dependent. Thank you very much, and see you in my next